What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. Alright guys, like we normally do whenever we're out camping, we try to give you some sort of an update, just rehash a few things, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to keep it short. We've already done this once. We were down by the beach, we had boaters in the background, everything. But the new camera had a setting on it that was causing interference with our microphone, so all that is for naught. So we're going to try to cover this this information over one more time. Basically, winter is going to be in a couple of days. Not really, not calendar winter, but nonetheless, it's going to be cold. The snow is going to start to fly, so they say. That's getting us in the thoughts of, again, the camping season pretty much being over. Again.
Maybe.
If it gets warm like it was last year in December, we'll go out again. We'll come on back out here again. We walked a bunch of sites, as you guys saw, so we got a good idea of where we might want to go and try out next time. The subject of our kids, because that's important to us. Our son's birthday was the other day. He turned 20. Of course, our daughter's 21. They both have jobs. They both have cars. Now it's just a matter of them obtaining their driver's license. They're getting a lot of practice in their cars that they're going to be taking the test in. So that's going to help us go forward whenever it's time for our plans to go forward, which, again, no rush really, but we're all moving in the right direction. That's good. As far as our trips that we made this year, to kind of look back on them, we came out to West Branch. Heidi had done an open to close work. I think you got called in, didn't you? Or you had somebody called off?
Called in before we left.
Yeah.
I think. And then I had to do an open to close.
Right. So what happened is she didn't get to come out and stay as much as she wanted to, and that was a full hookup. That's when we were at a full hookup site. Of course, I covered that in a previous video. And then a few days after that is whenever we brought the kids out and dropped off my daughter and her friends in the camper, and that was kind of sort of a mistake on our part, and probably her part too. Just something that nothing was destroyed or anything like that. It's just I'm glad that she got to go camping, but that was just money out of her pocket. It wasn't footed the correct way. The bill wasn't taken care of the way that it was supposed to. So instead of making my daughter pay for everything, we just kind of wrote that off as an experience. Then after that trip, we waited a little bit and we went to Paradise for the 4th of July. This is about the time that I was getting tires for the truck and learning a whole new problem that was going on with the truck with steering. And then after that, we did our Tennessee trip, where we went down the Dale Hollow Dam site. That was a lot of fun. Had a good time there. Probably like to do something like that again, which we were planning on doing some sort of a big trip again, other than that one, which was kind of big. It wasn't terribly big, but time, her work, stuff like that, it just didn't work out. So the next time that we had a chance to go camping is now. So looking back, would we like to camp a little more? Sure. We'll try to fit it in, but looking back, we did have a few trips that we got out, and again, we still might be able to. We'll have to see how the weather cooperates. If the roads are clear and it's not snowing and there's no snow in the forecast, if she takes time off, we can pretty much go anywhere. Maybe that there is no snow, but that's a lot of driving. I mean, if we go somewhere where it's warm and nothing's going to freeze, it's a little bit of a drive. So something to be concerned about. Where do we want to go next season? Where would you like to go next season? Big trip, I'm sure.
Either down south or out west.
Yeah. I still would like to see her take a couple weeks off, but it's strange. I don't understand how you can have so many weeks vacation and you're not allowed to take them in a row. It's just the nature of her business. Yeah, that would be a good trip, though. I would like to see that.
Should just start driving one day.
Yeah, just get ahead and drive, and then
no plan.
When we're so many days away, we'll go ahead and start back. Heidi's got a new nickname for our RV, and it's not meant to hold. It's Cramper. And it's because it's a cramped camper. I've got a bunch of my stuff here. It's not allowing the kind of room that we should have. I mean, I'm just looking around outside of the camera view and looking at all my camera gear, and she has a little bit of the couch here, and there's some camera gear there, and there's some camera gear on the floor, and sound equipment on the floor, and it's just, I don't need all that stuff, but I brought a lot of it just in case. We didn't know what kind of video we would be shooting. So as far as spending time in the camper for her to sit back, we definitely need a little bit more room. So as we alluded to before, we've talked about it. A bigger RV is going to be in the works at some point. I don't know exactly when, and we don't know how big. We don't know what kind. You know, now that we've got rid of our mopeds, a fifth wheel may come into play. We've always liked the layout of fifth wheels. I was just concerned about losing the storage that was in the back. That's not really too much of a concern now. Like I said, mopeds are gone. So we'll just have to see. Again, we're just spitballing here. Travel trailers are fine. I have no problem with it. If I got a bigger travel trailer, something pretty substantial, I would probably invest the money in getting into a Pro Pride hitch or a Hensley hitch, just to make it tow much nicer. Those things are pretty awesome. If you haven't seen what those things are, I've talked about them before. The other thing is, even though we'd like to chase the warm weather, in situations like this, we could have left our camper not, you know, winterized. We could have left it summerized. I guess that's what you can call it. And we would have been okay, even though it dropped down to 29 last night. It was just for a short time. However, we know that even if we do want to chase warm weather, even if we were full-time and we tried to stay in warm weather, there's going to be times that we get caught out. And I think that there's really no way around us not having heated tanks and closed tanks, heated bays, whatever the case may be, to keep that stuff warm and from freezing up. Even though we don't want to be in the cold where it freezes up, it seems like that pretty much anywhere in the country, there's a chance of that happening at some point.
Especially if we had to come home.
Yeah, there's something. Even if, let's say we wanted to come home for Christmas and the weather was going to be in the 40s, and at night it was going to be in the 30s, we could probably do it with something that was heated. We would come up with, you know, whatever's in the tanks. We would keep everything running, keep everything plugged in, and keep everything thawed out, and then we could go back to wherever we wanted. So it's almost a necessity. I've talked to some people and they said, oh, the way to keep your tanks from freezing is stay in warm weather. Well, that would be nice, but I do want to move around, and we might have to go to different places that it might be cooler. So a bigger camper, heated tanks, definitely. Mm-hmm. Heidi made some really nice homemade beef vegetable soup. How long ago was that?
3 weeks ago or so.
Okay, I believe that. That's about right. And we had a lot left over because she cooks for an army. So she had it in the freezer, and she brought it today, or brought it for this trip. And man, it was nice to have that. She just kind of chiseled it out of the bowl and heated it up on the stove, and it was great. So that got me thinking that if you're full timing, it kind of stinks because you're not carrying around a freezer with you. You know, not something that's like, we have a deep freeze in the house. We got stuff in the deep freeze that, you know, we can pull out next year and eat, you know, if we wanted to. That is going to be kind of hard for us to do. So then we started talking about, well, what if we wanted something like that beef stew? So then canned, you know, canning, pressure canning. Mm-hmm. That might be an issue because I know that pressure canning, you're supposed to keep it in kind of a cool, dry spot. And as you know, there's going to be times that potentially your camper may not be cool or dry. It could be very hot, and it could be also humid. So I don't even know if canned goods could be something that you could do. We'll have to see how we could handle that. That's kind of a little bit of a challenge that I'm looking forward to. Definitely need to eat fresh, and I like a lot of homemade stuff.
If you're out and, you know, way out off the land, it's going to be kind of hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have a big refrigerator, and I'm sure that the next camper will be refrigerator.
Right.
We'll be able to stock, but that stuff only lasts so long.
Yeah, some reason I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of canned goods. Because canned goods seem to hold up a little bit better. Even though that's really what jarring is, or canning is just you doing it in glass instead of cans.
Right.
We'll have to see. Like I said, it was just something that was kind of strange today, and it kind of came to mind that, we can't just put meat in the freezer and leave it there, because it'll go away eventually. Next year goals. What is your goals for next year?
Pay off debt.
Mine too. Mine's definitely pay off some debt. The other thing I'm going to do, my goals starting next year, is starting to sell, and maybe sell things that possibly I might regret if we don't get out soon enough, but I want to make that commitment. I want to make it to where I don't have those items. If I need them greatly, I might try to obtain them again or borrow them or whatever the case may be. But again, a lot of the stuff that we have, we don't need. The reason that I want to sell some of this stuff starting next year is we know it's going to be a process. And if we can spread it out over a few years, it'll make it easier. We won't be pressed for time to get rid of something. And whenever you're a seller, which I've done videos prior to this, which I'll put a link up above here, of buying and selling. If you guys haven't seen that, click the link or the card here and it'll take you to that video. All the stuff that I bought and sold over the years, if I have something that I can, what they call in the industry, sit on, if I don't have to sell it, you always get more money out of it. It's just hanging on to it for the right buyer. You're either going to find the right buyer immediately that wants to pay your price, or you're going to find somebody that will eventually come around and buy your item for the price that you want. So I think that I'd like to do that. Give myself a chance to sell some of this stuff, put it up for a price, and then just let it sit there. And if somebody wants to pay, they can pay it. Most of my stuff has a pretty good shelf life. I'm thinking about tools mainly, extra jacks, electric motors, again, my parts washer, bigger items, stuff that we may not need ever again, which I hope we'll never need ever again. And then whatever's left over, what doesn't sell, maybe what's something that I don't really care for so much, but I was trying to sell it anyways, that will go towards an estate sale whenever we get rid of everything. We'll have to see how all that pans out, but that's my goal. Hers is to pay off debt, mine's to pay off some debt, and also sell some stuff. Our viewership is climbing, and we appreciate you guys a lot. I don't even know how to put that in words. It's really nice. My other channels, one's reviews, and I just talk about products. I don't plan on connecting with anybody other than teaching them and showing them the products and features, and giving them an avenue to get some information maybe that's not available online anywhere else, and also give them the ability to click and purchase exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe they might be able to see it get installed by myself, that kind of a thing. So I don't really connect with the people per se. They're just seeing a person that's talking about something that they might be interested in as far as a product. And as far as my other channel, I do a lot of repairs on that one. Again, it's kind of a how-to. I get a lot of people to connect with me to thank me, as far as doing the video, which I really appreciate. I just like the fact that they're watching it. And I know that some of the information's pretty good. Some of it might be a little junky, as far as what I consider is just secondary or stupid or something like that. But you never know. Everybody's got their own feel for what they think is important. I mean, it's all perceptions of reality. And that channel, I don't necessarily connect with the people other than them thanking me for showing, a repair that they needed to do themselves. However, this channel here, RV Daydream, I mean, this is as personal as we're going to get. We kid around and say, once the camera's off, we're beating up each other and the cops are being called because of our heroin addiction. Because we're both raging alcoholics. Yeah, we've been dealing drugs for years.
We couldn't get more plain.
Yeah, whatever's on camera is pretty much what you get. I mean, other than us sitting down together for any period of time, I have a couch that I sit on. She has a chair that she sits in, or another couch. I mean, we don't sit on top of each other all the time. Other than that, you know, what you see is pretty much what you get. So the fact that we're getting subscribers and viewers and people that we're interacting with and actually making friends, it's kind of strange. We feel like we're making friends. It's really humbling to us, and we really appreciate it because you are seeing us, and the people that subscribe and watch our videos and comment, it's because they like us. As Sally Field said, you really like me. It's really nice. So thanks for all the viewers, all the subscribers. I really appreciate it. Heidi appreciates it. We like the attention to some extent. We haven't had any weird interactions, so that's kind of nice. We want to continue to do whatever it is that you guys like, so that's what we're kind of asking at this point is, what is it you want to see from us? There's some people that like to see the how-tos. Some people like to see the towing. Obviously, I'm sure you guys want to see us camp more. That's on our list too, so you don't have to ask that. We're pushing for it. We're trying. We're just running into roadblocks. But yeah, if there's something that you guys want to see more of, let us know. And unfortunately, the way this system works is, you know, you're going to comment, and it's basically kind of the squeaky wheel thing. I mean, if I see a comment that says, we want to see more flowers in your video, well, Heidi will pick up some flowers and put them in a vase. I mean, or we want to see more working on vehicles in a video, then I'm going to have to go out in the garage and, you know, show you more repairs, that kind of a thing. So everybody chime in, whatever you guys watch. If you just want to see a story, if you guys like to see day-to-day stuff, I mean, I can up the amount of videos that I put up, but they're going to be boring. It might be me getting up, doing some editing, maybe shooting some video, taking our kids to work. I mean, coming home, watching some TV. I mean, it's silly stuff like that, but you never know. I know that people like to keep the story going, and I know whenever we watch channel, there's a couple guys like Ron Allard. Ron, I don't know if you're a subscriber of our channel, but I started watching your channel a long time ago whenever you were sitting in your pool, your enclosed pool area of your home, and you had a motorhome or a trailer, I'm sorry, in the background, and you were talking about how you were selling everything and you're going to move into the trailer. That was one of the first RV channels that I started seeing that I was like, wow, that's amazing. This guy is just going to sell his home, and he's got an in-ground pool, and it looks like a nice place, and he's going to move into a travel trailer. So I like watching his videos because he does updates that are just every day. Like he's showing us right now that they're building a laundry room in the RV park that he's at, and he'll just give us a daily update of, you know, here's the foundation, here's all the pipes, here's the plumbing, you know, and then a couple days later, hey, they're putting up more bricks, there's putting up more walls. That's interesting. It's a story that's being told. So if you guys want to see that kind of stuff, we can probably try to do something like that. I'm not sure. What do you think?
Sure.
You can do that? I'll start putting a button cam on Heidi for her to take to work every day. Boy, she'd get fired in a second. She'd wait till all the customers leave and be talking about them behind their back. I'm kidding. No. She's good. She's good with her customers. They know. Just like here. It's not like we're talking about anybody behind their back. So let us know. Let us know what you want to see. So that's in a nutshell. That's it. How do you feel about it?
Good.
We got a lot of stuff that we've got to still do to get to where we want to go. The fact that we're going to have to do some travel trailer shopping is going to be interesting in a couple of years, maybe. Because I think this one, next year, we can pull this thing for another year for sure. We'll have to see how that works out. So that's it, guys. We've got this all buttoned up now for day 3, basically the final day. I might try to do some sort of video tomorrow of me buckling up and getting back to the house. We'll have to see how that works out. Since it's a nice day, I don't mind doing that at all. I'm going to have to finish editing this video that's just waiting for this clip here, and we'll come back whenever we've got more. And as always, we hope to see you out there.
Bye.
Bye.